When it comes to best practices, especially for a sales team or sales management, one of the biggest things we talk about is let's make sure that you really do know how your team is operating. We walk into a company, and it can be a small shop, that could be a large shop. Either way, we walk into a company, the sales manager says, here's how I want everything to operate. And here's how my guys are using the system. And when it rolls out, here's how they're going to use it. But we never actually talk to that end user. And so we always insist now we need to bring in that end user, or 2 or 3 of them, especially if they're spread out around the country, because it's amazing how different groups do different things in the same company, reporting to the same person. So let's stop and gather that information and really get them involved along the way. That does a couple of things. It lets me know that if they're never really going to enter that information, and it's not required by the manager, then let's not bother. If they're really following this particular 4-step process and he wanted them to have 7 steps, but he's okay now if they're closing in 4 steps, then let's enforce the 4 steps versus the 7. The other thing is, it means we have folks that now see Salesforce before it comes out, they believe in it, they're involved, they're the new evangelist, so that when it comes out, user adoption, we've seen can be 30–40% higher just because there's somebody there already using it, already loving it, they're an evangelist, and everybody goes to them in that unofficial capacity to teach them Salesforce or to tell them why they should use it. And well, if John's using it or Mary's using it, well then I have to use it because we trust them, they're one of our top people, we want to follow their footsteps. So get them involved along the way, and that's one of the best practices for sure. Second thing is keep the pages simple. Don't make them do extra work just to get information in the system so that you have a report that looks good. A third thing would be teach them. Have real training. Don't just wing it. Don't just say, okay, now it's on and it's going and you'll figure it out. Really stop, take that extra time. It's not that many hours, but take that extra time to stop and really train them. There's videos that we suggest that they follow through. There's actual process that they would want to follow to watch those videos. Be involved in the process, and when it goes live, actually stop, do the training, and enforce the training. If it doesn't happen in Salesforce, it didn't happen. So if you use those 3 or 4 steps, you're actually going to increase your user adoption, and we recommend that in 2015, 2016, and beyond.